What if the secret to leading an empire wasn't brute strength, but a calm morning and a clear mind? Before the world awoke, one man carved out silence, discipline, and reflection while carrying the weight of an empire on his shoulders. Marcus Aurelius faced plagues, betrayal, and endless war, yet still remained grounded. How? It all began with his daily routine. Welcome to Stoic Blend, where ancient wisdom meets modern life. Today, we'll walk through the daily routine that forged the Stoic emperor. A man with more power than any ruler of his time, but who chose restraint, discipline, and virtue over excess. 2,000 years ago, Marcus Aurelius stood as the most powerful man on earth. He ruled an empire that spanned millions of square miles. He commanded armies, gave orders that determined life or death, and bore the crushing weight of immense responsibility. And yet was not consumed by it. He didn't spiral into luxury or madness. As one biographer said, Marcus proved himself worthy of the power placed upon him. What was his secret? Thanks to Meditations, his private journal of philosophical thoughts, we get a glimpse into the mind of a man who resisted corruption, remained unbroken by stress, and stayed faithful to his duty. Let's walk through the daily routine that helped him do the impossible. The morning battle. Every day for Marcus began with a struggling battle against the comfort of the bed. He wasn't naturally a morning person, but through habit, he trained himself to rise with purpose. In Meditations, he writes, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being, not to indulge in comfort, not to escape, but to live, to serve, to fulfill his purpose." That moment, at sunrise, was where discipline began. Before messengers brought bad news, before the Senate demanded answers, before the battles, there was stillness, reflection, writing. Unlike us glued to our phones before our feet hit the floor, Marcus carved out space for silence, for philosophy, for aligning himself with what really matters. He wasn't reacting to the world, he was preparing to face it. Expecting the worst, remaining his best. In Book 2 of Meditations, Marcus rehearses his day. Today I will meet people who are meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest. He wasn't pessimistic. He was prepared. He used the Stoic technique of premeditatio malorum, imagining adversity before it happens. That way, when things went wrong, he didn't lose his temper. He didn't crumble. He anticipated challenges and chose patience. Seneca said, "The unexpected blow lands heaviest." Marcus didn't want to be surprised. He wanted to be ready. Focused action. For Marcus, duty came next. Decisions to make, cases to hear, speeches to give, armies to command. And in all this, he stayed mindful. He reminded himself, concentrate like a Roman. He admired his stepfather Antoninus for being so efficient, even scheduling his bathroom breaks, so no time was wasted. Marcus worked with intense focus, what we might now call deep work. He wrote, "Don't let your mind wander. If someone asks what you're thinking, be ready to answer." Amid endless distractions, advisors, generals, ministers, she practiced presence. He listened. He welcomed correction. He didn't see criticism as an attack, but a gift. To him, the true harm was in remaining wrong. Work hard, but don't lose yourself in it. Although he bore unimaginable pressure, Marcus believed in balance. He reminded himself not to be all about business. He trained his body with boxing, wrestling, and horseback riding. He took long walks and observed nature deeply. Imagine him, like in the movie Gladiator, walking through the fields, fingers grazing the wheat. He described such beauty in Meditations: the foam on a boar's mouth, the bent stalk of grain, the brow of a lion. For him, nature wasn't a distraction, it was sacred. The whole world, he said, is a temple of the gods. When surrounded by chaos, retreat within. While others found escape in bloodsport, Marcus abhorred the Colosseum. Though he attended out of duty, His mind was elsewhere. He studied philosophy. He read Homer, Zeno, Epictetus. He once wrote, "You can retreat into yourself whenever you choose." No matter how loud, how cruel the world became, he found peace inside his own mind. Evening reflections. After the noise died down, Marcus would return to stillness, to writing, to reviewing his actions. This nightly ritual, what Seneca also practiced, was his time for self-accountability. He asked, "What did I do well? Where did I fail? How can I do better tomorrow?" He had no boss, no coach, no one to check him. So, he held himself accountable. He wrote, "Fight to be the person philosophy tried to make you." Every evening, Marcus likely practiced memento mori, Stoic reminder. You could leave life right now. He would tuck in his children with love, fully aware that tomorrow is never promised. He reminded himself, don't rush through life. Be present. Be grateful. Success didn't make him arrogant. Despite constant praises salutes from armies, gifts from kings, Marcus stayed humble. He warned, don't be Caesarified. Don't be stained purple. He looked at his medals, his fancy dinners, and reminded himself, this is just gold from the earth. Meat from a dead animal. Nothing special. He zoomed out, always seeking perspective. To him, an army looked like ants from above. Fame, luxury, and flattery meant nothing. His identity was not built on status but on virtue. The final thought before sleep. As the day ended, Marcus would likely ask himself, if I don't wake up tomorrow, was I proud of today? And if he did wake up, it was a second chance. A gift. He wouldn't waste it. Despite the power, despite the chaos, Marcus's daily routine was grounded in simplicity. Rise early. Prepare for hardship. Do your duty with focus. Spend time in nature. Reflect at night. And stay humble. And perhaps the most profound lesson of all? The man who ruled the world didn't see himself as above anyone else. He lived like a student taught philosophy. Of life. Of death. Through his routine, he didn't just survive, he transcended. If this glimpse into the Stoic daily routine of Marcus Aurelius inspired you, take a moment to reflect. What would your life look like if you followed just one of his habits starting tomorrow? If you found value in this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who seeks wisdom, and subscribe to Stoic Blend for more timeless insights. Stay grounded. Stay intentional.